Hi guys, this is Pierre Gasly and you're listening to Speed City.
You're listening to Speed City F1 on Sirius XM.
All right, welcome back. Gasly sounded downbeat in that.
Yeah, and that was 2 years ago.
We got Chris Medal, and he's chasing Christian Horner, I think, Chris?
I am indeed, yeah. I'm lingering. I'm doing that really annoying thing that reporters do when they linger when an eye shot of someone who's already speaking to someone, already doing an interview. But yeah, I'm going to grab Christian in a sec and find out just kind of what happened for their pace today and see if we can get a reason for Checo's retirement, because I know he was kind of out of the race, but you never know how things can come together. So just wait for a second, see if we can grab him.
Yeah, so Christian Horner had also commented this week, we haven't mentioned it, but the budget cap salary, or the budget, went up by 3%.
That's right, 3.1.
Relative to the supply chain issues, increased cost, all those kind of things. And he's actually challenging it that was not enough. We need a little bit more to offset that increase. And so,
yeah, indeed. Well, one thing that Christian would have probably hoped for more from today was the race result. Christian, what happened to the race pace today? Because I think a lot of people had you down as favourites.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I mean, after a good start and good, opening few laps, you could see we were just in a bit more degradation issues than Ferrari, and particularly that first stint was the one that did the damage, because then you're out of sequence. As we converted to a two-stop, Ferrari were able to easily cover. We came back into play at the end of the race, and Max, had great pace at the end of the race, but obviously the damage had been done by then. So it was good. It was still good to finish in P2, a competitive P2, fastest lap. So we've actually reduced the damage to only 5 points over the course of the weekend. So plenty of information to look at after today.
Yeah, certainly not a disaster, the final result. But why was that you had to switch to a two-stop then? Was the one stop the original target?
Just degradation. I think that we were just harder on the tire today than we expected to be, and I think that as I say, we need to understand what's caused that.
There's a lot of rain overnight as well that could have washed away some of the rubber, but sadly we didn't get to see Checo's pace either. Was that all down to damage picked up in that collision?
Yeah, he had a huge amount of floor damage, and it was 2 seconds down, so it didn't make any sense to go any further. And it was frustrating, for Checo. Going around the outside of a Mercedes at turn 4 has not been particularly successful for us the last couple of years. So, but a great shame for him to lose all that. The opportunity to score big points today.
Yeah, especially after the recovery from yesterday. But just where do you see yourselves right now against Ferrari then? Because there's been a number of races where Ferrari got it together, as they didn't today with Carlos either. They could well have won as well. So how do you see the championship battle and the balance of it right now?
I mean, we're only at the halfway point, so there's a long, long way to go, and plenty of things can happen. We've seen that already in this championship. So, we just keep our heads down, keep pushing, and trying to do the best job we can.
Well, we'll see how that goes in France in a couple of weeks. Christian, thanks for your time.
Great stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah, fantastic.
Interesting explanation there. And we really are starting to see from Christian and the insights that Chris is giving us how this is starting to bubble up nicely as a real championship chase, and very different than last year with so much more factors, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think, don't forget as well, there's times that Mercedes is a factor, which is something we never really saw in terms of three teams being a factor last year. Today they weren't, but at the same time, they still scored plenty of points. If it ever does click, I don't think it will now. I think there's just been too many races where they're too far off, but if it ever does properly click, they're not that far off.
That's right.
So
I can see Russell and Hamilton both scoring wins.
Well, and I'd say Paul Ricard next up would be one that they could well do it. Yeah, that's a track that suits them. So, it's another spanner in the works. And I'll tell you, in a sense, just a sense, but in a sense, they got lucky today, Red Bull, because Carlos would have passed.
Yeah.
They would definitely have passed Max, I think. I'm going to try.